Hello. Hello. Today I'm going to try to show some of the newer Madden players or people that are trying to get back in the grind of Madden, how to properly navigate a solo game. Now that we've gotten past the kind of the Christmas lineups, the Christmas dues lineups, we're getting back into lineups that are a little bit more difficult, so you're going to start running into different audibles and such. So I'm making this video to kind of show you how to navigate that a little bit better. We're going to our solo lineup. The one thing to be critical about the difference between this and my head-to-head lineup is that I have a scrambling quarterback. That's how we're trying to get the yards. I'm pretty sure y'all seen on multiple forums, or if you've looked it up on this, they talk about 30 completions, 600 yards, stuff like that. I don't particularly go for 30 completions, but I do attempt to get near that. I do attempt the 30 first downs. And this is kind of an expansion on all the videos that have been done before, but just a little bit more in depth, kind of going into how it is. Now, I'm not the best in the world at this. I would never say that, but I am one of the best in the world at this. I am a consistent top 25 guy. I was top 25 guy before the lineups were all 70 overall and all that such. But basically, we're just kind of going through what's going through my mind. I'm going to go through a game, and if anybody does come across this, hopefully this helps you make some coins, helps you get top 100. It'll be very fun. So right now, I'm really big on quarterback matchups when I play this, but I always like to start with a power run. Power run, this is going to be usually the worst kind of audibles you're going to run into. You always got to watch it. I always reset my games and stuff like that after games because the errors on this game, next-gen console, still rampant. But with power run, you're going to run into a lot of weirder kind of audibles. Audibles that you're going to see a lot of middle slant. That's always toxic. With spread, you'll see a lot of slot out. What you're always hoping for is, slot out. You can usually cover pretty well. Middle slant's kind of a shoot. Also, just I jumped the gun here. We're going to be running the punt glitch. As works as a punt block defense, it works really well on computers. Your goal is to get them to audible out into verticals. With verticals, you can usually either rush the line, or depending on which type of verticals it is, you have to cover the crosser route, because usually they have a out route from the backfield and an out route from the tight end position, depending on the verts they run. Now here I get my rush right. Oops, we're gonna have to call a timeout there. I don't like to waste timeouts, but I also don't want to start out in a formation that the computer is going to dot up right away. I would much prefer to waste the timeout early, or waste the timeout on an audible, than waste timeout on offense. So here you want to watch out for deep attack, or what this is. This is going to be a really toxic game, and this is not probably the game you want to record, but this is the 6-17. 6-17 play is probably the worst play to have to deal with. That or the corner routes, it's just going to be hell for your man coverage, especially on next gen. Look, they're setting up this. I'm going to have to key in on that. They're running it again, boom. So he's going to run the out route. So I'm going to have to cover this out route for the foreseeable future in this game, just to try to get stops. It's going to be very hard. So one thing to look at is the out route is going to go opposite of the running back, I would assume. So I want to cover. Ooh, we got a verts there. We got to cover that. Now I'd like to click on, but usually they get a catch right there. Oh boy, okay. Now, they patched this fourth down situation. Fourth downs are very difficult now because they are very unpredictable with their audibles. You have to be mindful of what audibles are going to go. That's a run play right there. Can we get a stop? Oh, we couldn't get a stop. You have to be mindful of what the audibles are. Right now, the computer's kind of wasting a lot of time. I'm kind of getting geared in on the wrong kind of routes. Like here, I'm thinking this is going to be a 6-1-7 route. This is what I'm thinking. 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 Oh, yeah, we got verts. We got verts. We got verts. We got verts. Oh, Kyler's gonna run it. But that's the issue with, you know, when you're running against a power run team. They're gonna have weird audibles that you're not gonna like. I'm hoping that he's just gonna run verts again. I'm gonna try to rush the line here. This was like a 6-17.
Looking to throw again on, and he's gonna go down.
No, that was a middle. Was that a slant? They all different. Yeah, that was Y stick. Okay, that was Y stick. Y stick. You're gonna see a lot of Y stick, and you're gonna see a lot of 6-1-7, which I'm gonna be honest with you are not the most advantageous thing. See, I'm not really doing well here to start, but I just want to force them to kick a field goal here. Good, he missed it. That was another out right there. That's 6-1-7. If you notice, just look at the play. They're throwing to the opposite. They're throwing to the hot route. So if you can key on that pretty well, if you have a nasty user, I don't have the best user in the world. So I like to try to like steer things to where I want to go. If you have a nasty user, man, you can pick that off if you can get the timing right. But the problem is, it's all Madden computer. So it's kind of a guessing game with it. All Madden computer is going to be toxic. Not as toxic as somebody, you know, that's really good at the game on head-to-head, but all Madden computer is going to be tough. So right now we're on offense here. And my first goal on offense is basically get rushing yards. That's my first goal on offense. Rushing yards to me are going to be the hardest thing to get. Now, I prefer to use a left-handed quarterback with Gambler. There's two guys in the game off rip that you know about. That would be Michael Vick and Tim Tebow. I use Michael Vick a lot. Michael Vick was when I made top 5. Michael Vick's what got me in the top 25 consistently. Michael Vick, in my opinion, is the best guy, cheap-wise, that you could go get. The reason I got Tebow is because I wanted to splurge. I wanted to get a guy. Tebow, to me, is he's a funny character. Also, the nice thing about Tebow is not only does he get escape artist, he gets gunslinger too. Some people run him on their head-to-head things. Probably a lot of you guys that are getting into it are trying to run head-to-head with the same lineup. I would be honest with you. I think running different players in lineups, putting different players in lineups that work better for you is just better when it comes to working against computers. Because what we're going to do against computers is not what we're going to do against players. Because the tendencies with computers are completely different. We've been playing Madden for years, I'm assuming. Even if you're new to this, you're going to notice the computers are very different in what they do. I don't like that. I'm throwing that check down right there. I don't like that because I'm going to explain. You'll see later how that's going to affect us. We're going to be kind of throwing the 8-ball in the second quarter. But I don't like. I'm not going to play the same way because the way I will play against a computer is I know I can beat the man coverage against a computer. I know I can run around against a computer. I know I can do that. I'm not going to get the same type of contains that I'll have to deal with against a user. You want to deal with 3-3-5. You want to deal with all that. So when you're using a computer, we can do a little bit different things. Now on this drive, if
it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Did I get out of bounds there? Good. Now on this drive,
just inside the 20.
we started out not good. I'm not happy with how we started out. So my ultimate goal is we're going to try to get yards and we're going to try to get a touchdown here. I'm actually going to run the clock out. Now you're going to be like, why are you running the clock out if you're trying to get all these points and yards and stuff? The reason I'm going to run the clock out, or I'm going to try to run the clock down as much as I can, is specifically because about the 20-second mark, it's really hard to gauge what audible you're going to be dealing with. So, since I can't gauge what audible I'm going to be dealing with, I'm going to eliminate that factor. But just run the clock out right there. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a laser show on the next drive. Yeah, we're going to have to hope that things break our way. But we're taking those risks because we're trying not to allow a lot of yards. On defense, we want to allow under 100 yards usually. That's just to get a decent score. The real goal is to get 0 yards. You want to allow 0 yards. You want to have them in the negative. That's the real goal. It's hard to do, especially when you're running against a power run scheme, 6-1-7. You're running against Y stick. You're running against all that stuff. Oh, also, I didn't mention this before. This is just something that should be known. If you're going to allow the least amount of yards possible, always onside kick. Onside kick is the best, unless you have about like 5 seconds on the clock, and you don't want to risk a field. You don't want to risk a basically an arm punt. Which on next gen, whenever they throw up a Hail Mary, you don't know what's going to happen. So if you want to risk that, you can get them to kneel there. But at every situation, you kick the ball onside kick. Every situation. That's the only way to do it. When you have this down to a science, you really don't have to worry about it because you're going to get stops. You know, your real issue is how do you get those stops? So like right now, I'm in that issue where I'm like, how am I going to get my stops here? How am I going to get it? What I would love right now is for them to call verts. Okay, this is good. This is either going to be middle slant or something, but this is going to be we can rush him here. That was middle slant. That was middle slant. You notice it's middle slant. The problem with middle slant is that fucking corner route, pardon my language, that corner route is just so nasty that it doesn't matter if you have the best guys in the game, they're going to get open on it. So here we go. We're just going to try it. We're trying to get sacks here so we can just kind of get back on it. This feels a lot like 6-1-7. This feels a lot like 6-1-7. It's middle slant. Or it's Y stick. Why am I keep calling it middle slant? Yeah. Y stick. I'm thinking in my head, but it's really hard to say it.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Oh, he's gonna go for
okay, we're gonna let the computer handle that. We're gonna let the computer handle that. The reason we're gonna let the computer handle that is that's an easy bomb right there. I'm trying not to hemorrhage yards. I'm trying to just get the ball back. Now we want pick sixes. You always want at least one pick or a pick six a game, and you want a return touchdown. You want those to really get up towards that 26,000 range. But it's never, you know, it's not always a guarantee. Especially when you're trying to, like, you know, not allow a bunch of yards. Like, I decided to record this as a video, and this is probably the worst type of game to record as a video. But these are the games that are going to get you. These are the games that are going to make you think, how the hell do I do it? You know what I mean? I'm better off showing you a scrappy, you know, 25-3 game than I am showing you, you know, just a complete demolition. Because demolitions, they're nice, but demolitions aren't going to be the ones where, you know, fighting for your life here. Like right now, that's a good rush, but you have to think, I only have 126 yards. I got to get 600. That's what they always say, 600. I got to get 200 rushing yards, 400 passing yards. I need 200 rushing yards, 400 passing yards. Oh yeah, I have to get 30 first downs with it within this time frame. Also, they say about the touchdowns, they say you should split your touchdowns. I split my touchdowns, but I've had it where I've had 5 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns, and I got the same score if I had 5 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns. I don't know if that's how it is. You don't have to go for 2 extra. I just like to go for 2 because it keeps me fresh for when I'm going to have to throw these goal line touchdowns towards the end of the game. But that's the thing. I have to. Oh, darn it. That looked bad. But I just like throwing them. It kind of breaks up the game. You got to keep fresh in your mind. Now, I'm in a situation here now. I have to basically make 180 yards in 2 minutes. And this would not be bad, but the problem is we're going back to those earlier things. I had the timeout up there, and then I had another timeout. Those are 2 timeouts that I'm really wasting. I'm not very happy with that. And it's how it is. It's how it is. You have to adapt to the situation. So my ultimate goal right now, we're gonna have to force an incompletion here. Let's get it. Yeah, okay, we forced an incompletion. I wanted a pick. I really wanted a pick. A pick would have been huge right there. A return touchdown would have been good too, but we really are focused. We're hyper-focused right now on getting one thing, and that is...
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Ah, we couldn't jump up for it. He couldn't get it. God, he had a pick. He had a pick. That's the problem with click-ons on next gen, man. Click-ons on next gen are just such a gamble. Yeah, we need incompletions here. We really need incompletions here.
Business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this
I almost got his feet in bounds. You can't get discouraged because that's going to happen 1,000 times. That's why you get that stop. That's why you rush him. That's why you try to pick up on those routes. Notice how I picked up on that outside route. Once I realized that it was 617, I picked up on it. I tried to force the bomb. That's what I want. I want to force the bomb. And, you know, sometimes they get it. Sometimes that's the thing. I don't click on. Sometimes they get it. That is Mel Renthrow. That is one of the best corners in the game. That just happens. You can't get discouraged by it. You just take your blessings. And, you know, you get excited. I probably should have put in Isaiah Simmons. Everson Walls. Almost gave him a touchdown. Almost gave him a touchdown, but that's fine. That's fine. Now, this is the reason why that was an okay drive. We're going to just check here on yards. Okay, yards-wise, not the best yards in the world, but we got them at 36 yards. If I get lucky, they start throwing bombs, I can get sacks. That can put me down a little bit right there. The big thing for me is getting the ball back with like a 90 yards to go. Because if I get the ball back with like 90 yards to go and I can just run the ball up the field right now, like everything breaks to the right, it's going to be good. Also, a good suggestion, I don't know how you get your rushing yard. Always go out of bounds. Another thing I am doing is I'm waiting till the 20-second mark to call my plays. You know, I'm trying to do that. But under 2 minutes, you're not going to see me wait. You're not going to see me wait because there's no reason for me to wait. Now, I'm not going to get that. I'm probably going to take as many yards as I can. You're not going to see me wait now. The reason is because there's no runoff on the clock anymore when I go out of bounds. Now, I don't know you get your rushing yards. You can get your rushing yards any way you want to. This is my most effective way. I basically send a flood. If I don't have it, I either throw the ball away or I look at this route right here to Michael Irvin. But this is me just like, I'm getting my rushing yards. I'm trying my best. This drive in a perfect world is going to end right under 1 minute. And the reason that's a perfect world is because every time I sack a guy under 1 minute, every time you get a stop, or every time the ball goes to the ground under 1 minute, the computer will automatically call timeouts because it goes from its no huddle state to we're trying to, we can't no huddle. The runoff's too much. But that's also really good too. I want 164 rushing yards going into the second half. I want that. The reason I want 164 rushing yards going into the second half, I only need 36 now. I know this is basic math. I only need 36 now. And we already know we can all pass. We can all pass. We can all do laser shows. And I'm going to show you once we get the ball back. Hopefully we get the ball back with more than enough time for me to start getting into our passing game. But, hopefully we get the ball back. This is an ideal world. We get the ball with like 40 seconds. We get the ball back with 40 seconds. We work the ball down the field. Oh, dude, I cannot get a 2-point conversion off. This is just sad. What am I, 1 for 2 on 2-point conversions? Just not good, man. And we got to get 50 points. We got to get 50 points to get the full score. So, ideally, I want to get the ball back with about 40, 50 seconds. Ideally, I want to pick off the ball every play. Ideally, I never want to give them a chance to have the ball. But right now, I'm realistic. I'm realistic with what I'm dealing with here. They might go no huddle here because they're just over a minute. You have to be good. I have to shoot this gap here.
Throwing on first down is Murray.
Yeah, let's go. That's a pick. That's a pick. That's a big pick. That's a big pick. We'll take that. We'll take that. I got a little excited. Now, that pick's going to help our user score. Now, remember, this is all about getting a high user score. Right now, I would ideally want to just, get my points or get my first downs. But, we're at a position where there's not like an immense small amount of time. So what I'm going to do here is I'm looking at the situation. I got a timeout. I know I can get pressure on him. We're going to laser show it for, if I do future videos, if I say laser show, that means we're passing it. But we're going to laser show it. Yep, we're going to try to get out of bounds. That's what we want to do. And we're just going to move the ball downfield, go really quickly. Boom. We didn't take barely any time off the clock. We're going to go to a play that literally has not worked this entire game, because why not? But we're going to go to this play again. This play usually works really well against computers. They just decided to be menace to society. Menaces? Mini? They decided to be hooligans today and just rush through my line. A line I spent a lot of coins on and a lot of time on, but hey, it's fine. I'm not salty at all. Why would I be salty about all the coins I spent on this game? I was a no money spent guy for like a good 3 months. And then they came up with the promos. And, oh, you're kidding me. You're kidding me. At least I got Gambler. So, you know, at least I got my X Factor activated. That is 3 straight missed 2-point conversions. This is kind of iconic. When the spotlight's on, I'm off. Yeah, I got Freight Train on. I got Freight Train on Ricky Williams. I could have just ran it in. Okay, so this might be. You might see a situation here where if I get a sack, I might call a non-punt glitch defense. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. They're gonna call timeout. Boom. See, under a minute. I'm gonna risk it here. See, we got really lucky that they called Verts right there. We got really lucky that they called Verts right there. Luckily, we have an X Factor on the side. We're gonna make an adjustment at halftime. We're gonna put in Isaiah Simmons. They're gonna call. This is gonna be a corner route. This is gonna be a corner route. No, it's not. Oh, that's even better. That's even better. That's Mel Renthro. That's Mel Renthro. That's even better. I thought they were gonna call a corner route. I am really shocked by that route, but we will take it. Okay, now we're at a position where it's like, what are we on offense? Okay, great. We're in a good position offensively. We're not giving them the ball back. We've gotten 2 picks. We've gotten a big stop. That's what we want. We're not giving them the ball back. We're just going to work our way down the field, matriculate our way down the field. Because I don't feel like doing it. So this is my favorite route here. It's the drag out of dagger. If you have a fast tight end, you need a fast tight end. If you have a fast tight end, and a quarterback, you can have a quarterback quick draw. I've done it with quick draw. It's not favorite. You have set feet lead, but if you have a quarterback that can just sling it well, it's a good situation. Right now, I'm just getting first downs. You want to get it about 11-yard mark. You know, some people want to get it right at. I've seen videos where people want to get it right at like the inch mark of the first down, and that's just too complicated. If your defense is clicking on all cylinders, there's nothing stopping you from getting it on that. Now we're running out the clock. I know this goes against what I've been doing, but we're running out the clock. I'm not giving them the ball back. I'm taking my first downs. I'm taking my rushing yards. And that's just how it's going. And what we're going to do here is we're going to call a timeout right about here. We're going to call a timeout. We're going to have 8 seconds, and we're going to basically just score right at the end of the half. That's our goal. Now, but yeah, like here, I can get that 1 yard mark. I can get that 1 yard mark going out right before the pylon if everything goes right. And I scored a touchdown. I was telling you I could get it, but we will just. But I feel like I can get that sometimes. I get that most of the time. Like I said, dude, when I decide to record, man.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half.
But here we go. We're going to go Freight Train because for some reason, when I try to make a video, I can't make a 2-point conversion, and I can't make a 2-point conversion. This is kind of iconic. That is 4 straight missed 2-point conversions. Oh boy. Okay, we're gonna see. I'm going against my what I said because I wasn't looking at it here. But we're gonna risk it. Usually I would kick it off here because what they're gonna do is they're gonna kneel. I'm definitely gonna make another video later, showing you a game where we're not going against as annoying of a lineup. We're gonna put him on spy because it's Kyler, and we're just gonna let him sling it up. Hopefully we can get a pick 6 here. Because they're just he's gonna heave that bitch up. And he caught it. He caught it out of bounds though. He caught it out of bounds though. Oh boy, that would have been bad. That would have been a 50 spot on our head to end the half, basically. That wouldn't have been fun. That's why, I mean, if anything, that's an example why I don't like to have Hail Marys. Because it's next gen, and next gen is not good for Hail Marys. Next gen's horrible for Hail Marys, in my opinion. It's one of the worst things in the world to have to deal with. Try to get a kickoff return for a touchdown here. If we can't, we're just going to take the yards. If we can't, we're just going to enjoy our yards here. Let's try to get a kickoff return. Ah, just so close. So close. Scary Terry, man. Scary Terry. Ruining my dreams. Okay, so let's check where we're at right now. We're probably at about 13 to 14 first downs. We're at 13 first downs. We need 18 rushing yards. That's easy. We're getting that on this drive. That's our goal here. We're going to get that on this drive. And then after getting that on this drive, it's going to just be a lot of passing to the corner. And it's not sexy, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, offensive linemen aren't sexy, and you need them. You need these kind of routes here. That's going to be a guaranteed. That's our 200. That's our 200. I believe it is. They're doing the zone thing. I'm not the biggest fan of the whole zone thing. Yeah, that's our 200. Now, I rushed that one there. Probably took 2 seconds off. I mean, usually if you do it like 22 seconds, you can get away with quick calling the play. We wanted to get out of bounds there. And we didn't get the first down. Oh, boy. Yeah, we'll get the first down here. We'll get the first down here. We'll get the first down here. Not ideal. That's not ideal to start. Take off 20 seconds on basically 2 plays. I don't like that. That's not what I want to do. I'm better than that. That's the other thing, too, you should be telling yourself. You should be telling yourself, you know, little things. You're better than that. You know what I mean? You're better than that. You can do better than that. And it's not a situation it's where, like, you're bad at something. You're better than that. Like, I'm better than that. Like, that's what I should be doing every play. I should be throwing over them. I got Gambler activated. I've played long enough. I know that throw. I've done that. You look at my play call here. I don't play a lot of head-to-head anymore. I've called that play 5,000 times. I know that play. I know it. I don't got a hot route out of it. You don't got to do any hot routes. You don't got to do anything. It's a very simple play. Boom, right there. He's open. If everything breaks well, he's open. That's one of those 1-inch line things there. Now I got enough space. I'm going to get a first down here. And we've already gotten, in my opinion, more than enough rushing touchdowns. So now we're going to start working our passing touchdowns. I like to have 4 to 5 passing touchdowns. It's a personal preference. Who doesn't like throwing a good laser here and there? I like to do it. We're already at 2. We've technically scored 5 touchdowns already. We've just missed every 2-point conversions at the beginning of the game. But hey, we're going to hit it. We're going to hit one, dude. We're going to hit one. This is going to be an exercise in perseverance. Let's go. That's a touchdown. Dalton Schultz. I love that card. I love the Dalton Schultz card. He was quickly kicked out of the starting lineups by Billy Joe Dupree. But I love the card. I love watching Dalton Schultz in real life. He's become a nice little safety valve. He's more of a... Dude, I don't know what it is. That's 5 straight in a row. That might be the title of the video. How to miss 5 2-point conversions. They might have patched it, dude. They might have patched it. Who knows? Who knows? Here's what I know. I need to score 2 more touchdowns to have my 50. That's guaranteed. So I'm missing everything. That's 12, you know. But right now we are really fixated on one thing, and that is eliminating yards, maybe getting a pick 6 here. So we're at 382 yards. It's 600 yards. You can do the math. I'll do the math for you, though. You want 150 yards per quarter. Oh, with his X Factor. I know it's Zone Hawk, but with his X Factor. With his X Factor. I should probably put universal coverage for how I play. I probably should do that. I just said I was going to put in Isaiah Simmons. I'm not wasting the time out. Because the fourth quarter, by the way, is just the Wild West of audibles. You don't know what they're going to call. You don't know what you're getting. You just kind of hope for the best. Ooh, yeah, Kyler can run. That's the thing about running quarterbacks. They might slide to the left, so you got to anticipate. So they slide to the left or right. Usually, if they're left-handed, if it's a Michael Vick, he's going to slide more to the left. A guy like Kyler or Marcus Mariota. Ooh, those are the worst. An AP-activated Marcus Mariota. No, this is middle slant. It's either middle slant or verts. Please be verts. It's middle slant. He checked out. He checked out, though, and that's what we want. We want to check out. A check down. We want to check down there.
It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass.
I want to check down. Okay, 20. Now, this is always awkward because I know we're gonna need 3 more drives to get 220 yards. I'm probably just going to risk it here. I'm probably just going to laser show it, risk it, not worry about getting first downs on this drive because I got 2 drives to get first downs on. That Micah, man. I don't even know what Micah that is, but that Micah's menace, dude. God. Yeah, I'm probably going to risk it here. I'm probably just going to take my yards, and then I'm going to get my first downs on my next 2 drives. Because my big thing is we're good on rushing and passing. We're good on rushing yards. We're pretty good on passing yards when you look at the grand scheme of things. But I want to make sure, this is a way I'm going to get a lot of passing yards. I'm going to get first downs. Right now I'm at 20 first downs. We need 10. On a good drive, a drive that, you're really sweaty about getting it, you can get 8. So I know in 2 drives, that's fine. But I also have to realize I'm going to give them the ball 2 more times. They're going to have the ball 2 more times. I want to eliminate the opportunity for any more yards against me. So I know I have 20. That's wasting as little time as possible as I can do. Obviously, as little time as possible would be, just laser showing it. You know what I mean? But we're not laser show, but just throwing a hot dot across the field for like a 1-play touchdown. But we don't really do 1-play touchdowns on solo battles. That's not really our thing. Our thing is more. Oh my God! I could have just done this goal again. I'm sad. I'm in Spain. Negate the S. Okay, so here's another situation where we know they're going to have 2 more drives. My goal is to keep them under 100 yards in a game like this. This has been a rough game. I haven't had a lot of chances to get a lot of click-on picks. I haven't had a lot of chances to do the kind of things that I want to do in a game. So I know it's a little bit of a hell game. I know that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to try to get 1 stop and then make sure they don't get over 60 yards. And if they get anything above that, we get it as middle slant. Luckily, Mel Renthrow showed why he's really good at football. He's kind of like a Hall of Famer. And he got a stop right there for us. But, in a perfect world, I got a sack right here. Call a timeout. Force him to call 1 more play. Get another sack. It's not a perfect world. But we're going to call a timeout. The reason we're going to call a timeout is because if I get a stop here, they get the ball. I don't want to give them a chance. I don't want to give them a chance to run any plays in the 4th quarter unless I'm, ready for it. And I'm not ready for it right now. I'm not ready for that.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Henry.
Are they going to go for it? Thank God. Thank God they're going to kick it. They're going to kick it. Okay, so the most yards they can get, please, for the love of God, make this field goal. Thank you, game. The most yards they can get is effectively, and that's me not being an idiot, the most yards they can get is about 70 yards. And that is an okay game. That is a game, this is a game, like I said, that you're going to be happy to get a 25-6 out of. And that's if everything goes right. You're going to be happy to get a 25-6 game. You could get a really great game out of it. Don't get me wrong. I've made a lot of mistakes. But this is a game where if I get a 25-6 or 25-5, I'm going to be like, you know what? That could have been a lot worse. That's what I'm going to look at this game as. This could have been a lot worse. And that's the attitude you just got to have with it. Because, let's be honest with ourselves, solo battles is basically playing 13 perfect games against the computer. It's all Madden computer. We all know how all Madden computers. I'm just running the clock. I can't. You can't get the thing off there. Also, haven't mentioned this either. This has been all over the place. Fourth quarter is just like the 2-minute warning. So fourth quarter is just like 2-minute warning. You can call plays whenever, as long as you get out of bounds. Clock stops. Very simple. But like I said, this game could be a lot worse. I made mistakes. Offensively, was I at my best? Maybe. You know, you see a lot of you see a lot of completed passes, but you know, I mean, you look in the earlier part of the video, I'm throwing a check down to Tavon Austin for 4 yards and getting tackled. That's a waste of time. That's not good. You know, that's not something that I should be doing. I should be chucking the ball away, or I should be going for my rushing yards right there. So yeah. See, that little things like that, man. Little things like that. I got to call no huddle. But right now, I'm not trying to waste all my timeouts. Because I got 2 timeouts for if they do get a drive, I can get a stop if they try to no huddle me. I can do that. Like I said, we're in first down mode. This quarter, we're always going to be in first down mode. Unless you're a maniac and you got all of your first downs and yards in the first 3 quarters, power to you. Run the clock out. Don't risk anything crazy. But we're at a position here where we just want our extra user score. We just want our extra completions. We want that. That's what we want. We want our 31st down. See, I've read a guy. He says it's 30 completions. I think it's just 30 first downs, man. I think it's just 30 first downs. I mean, I'm going to get 30 completions here, but I think it's just 30 first downs because we got to factor in, I mean, if you have 30 completions in a game like this, and most guys' completions are 10 yards, that's going to be 30 first downs. See, we're at 27. Let me at 27 this play. We're at 26 right now. And then we're probably going to end this drive with 28. Which, like I said, this is a drive. Remember, we ended that last drive with about 20. And I said on a good drive when you're trying. And remember, I started that drive really deep. This is an 8 first down drive. This is what you want. You would usually have these drives in the fourth quarter or at the 2-minute warning. Reason is you could have the maximum amount of plays with the least amount of time. And that's when you go for something like this. And there we go. Boom. See, that's what I'm talking about. If you hit the outside of the pylon, they don't give you a touchdown. Which, for what we're doing, is just brilliant. That's what we want. We don't want to hit a touchdown right there. Because we want to hit a touchdown on this play. That's worked 20% of the time today. It works there, though. Works when it matters. It works when it matters. We're going to have a nice 52. We're going to have a nice 52 here. Now we're going to get a very nice 53 points. See, and with all my 2-point conversion failures, I'm still getting my 50 points. The 50 points are going to come. If you do everything right on offense and you give yourself chances on defense to get the ball back, the 50 points is going to come. I've seen people, they worry specifically about that. They want to get the 50 as quick as possible. The 50 points are going to come. For me, my biggest worry is how am I going to get yards? Okay, so they're at the 40-yard line, by the way, here. The most they can get, which we really are hoping we just get a pick here, and hopefully we get a pick with like 50 yards to spare so we can get our 400 yards. The most they can get is 72 yards. And we don't want 72. We want to keep them under 50, really. But we understand this game is going to be rough because we're in the we're in the fourth quarter. We're going to see a lot of middle slant. We're going to see a lot of weird corner routes. Yeah, they're throwing, I don't even know if that's a check down or a screen the way it came off. But see, there's 10 yards right there. They're gouging us a little bit. That was a screen. They called it, oh my God, they called a slip screen. That's the fourth quarter is the Wild West, man. You really don't know what you're getting in the fourth quarter. You just kind of hope for the best. Like, look what they're calling. Look what they're calling. Look what he's throwing. He's calling a shallow cross, and the computer's fat fingering the shallow cross. Like, I don't know what to say about that other than this is EA. Yeah, look at these looks. We didn't see these looks all day. And we're going to call timeout. We're going to call timeout here because that's a good stop from Ted Hendricks. And we want to stop him here. We want to get a stop here. Calling a 6-8-9 hook. That used to be that play in NCAA 14 is a legendary. Oh, they're running Packers formation. That's game. That's game. That's game. That's game. Clock it. Call it. Kick the field goal. Kick the field goal. Give me my ball back. Give me my ball back. They called dagger. That dagger will be nasty because that route coming across. Almost got it. Okay, that's fine though. That's fine. We're at the 44-yard line. We're getting our first downs. We're getting our passing yards. This is what we want. We're not giving them the ball back. You're going to be like, oh, why aren't you getting the ball back? Because they don't deserve it.
And not to use this as an excuse, but I will say
they're technically not real people. They're animations of real people.
You can fall in love with perfect footing, no breeze whatsoever. I doubt that had too.
Oh, almost picked it off. Oh, by the way, I haven't said this because we haven't had that situation. I gambler mostly, and I switched to gambler from Omaha a long time ago. If they do pick the ball off, do not try to tackle them. Do your best to not allow them to tackle. And here's why. Your goal is to stop offensive yards, not to stop defensive yards. Defensive yards do not count to the total yards of the offense. So, if they do, by some fluke, pick you off, like he's done, yeah, see, they're calling that right there. If they do pick you off, because I'm forcing it here, just let them run it down. Just let them have it. It's not worth your time to have to, say they get a pick on the goal line. If they get a pick on the goal line, and then you're doing your punt glitch, and then they get a bomb, that's 99 yards on your head. Or they could have got a 99-yard pick six, and now everybody's kumbaya because they got their touchdown, they're celebrating. They're on their phone, posting pictures about how cool they are. You know what I mean? That's what I heard what athletes do. But no, so everybody wins though. I'm gonna have to run out of bounds here. We had yards to spare. My big issue is I need 15 yards. We're at the 21 and I need 15 yards. That's my issue right now. I don't want to give them a chance to get any extra yards.
Now back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. And on that last play,
and our goal here right now is just to get enough yards to have 400 passing yards. We can get a touchdown. I'd love to get a touchdown here, but I just want enough yards. We're going to get a passing touchdown. I just want enough yards to get my 400. We got our 400. That's game. They're not going to make me do another extra point or kick a field goal. Oh, my God. I can kick field goals. I just didn't have to show it. Oh, Lord. That was a fun one. That game could have been way worse than it actually was. And, we kind of pulled ourselves up our bootstraps, which is, I think, physically impossible. But we did that, and that was just a solid game. That's the kind of game we want. That's the kind of game we want to have. Just check the team stats here. We kept them under 50 yards. That's big. We kept them under 50 yards. We got our 30 first downs. Did we get a pick six or return touchdown? No. Could that game have been a lot worse? God, yes, it could have been a lot worse. Look, we got a 1,600. We want 1,600s. That's a 25-7 to a 25-9. Let me check here. That's a 25-8. Yeah, see, right in between there. That's a 25-8. So that's the first game. That's how to play against power. I'm going to try to do something later with balance to show you some of the different stuff you run into in balance. Thanks for watching. And trying to think if there's anything else left. Well, no. Thanks for watching and goodbye.